Version 3, question 4. So first off, we are asked to sketch the graph. If we do this on our calculator, then we've got a fairly good idea of where it's crossing and what we're expecting it to look like. So 32 minus 8. Nope, not that one. Cube root of x. And if we get that to draw it in a graph, if you're not seeing anything, it may well be that your view window is set at so you can't see anything. Okay, so we've got a graph, and at least what we think it initially looks like. We need to find out where it crosses. So if we look at the y-intercept, that's at 32. Now, your box should be 8 centimetres, so 32 is going to be halfway. And then you've got an exponential curve, G solve minimum. Okay, it can't find it because it gets closer and closer and closer to 0, but never actually hits it. So what we've got is a curve that should look like it doesn't actually hit. So it crosses at 32. And G solve a y cal when x is 64. It's come in at 0 there. Okay, right. We then need to label that curve C, no, curve A, as requested, show where it crosses stuff, show that it can be rearranged to find your inverse. Okay, so we've started off with an equation, y equals 32, 8 cube root of x. So its inverse, we need to swap the x and y over. So we get x equals 32 minus 8 cube root of y, and then we need to start rearranging it. So if we take the 32 away, then we're left with minus 8 cube root of y. We can divide by minus 8. Which will then give us the cube root of y. And then if we cube both sides, we will end up with x minus 32 over minus 8 cubed. And that's our inverse. So if we plot that on our graph, what we should hopefully end up with is x minus 32 divided by, actually if we do it as a fraction that's going to be a little bit easier, x take 32 over minus 8 and then we cube that. Now hopefully that should come up looking a lot like an inverse. So when we sketch it, this point here where they intersect should lie on the line y equals x, because that's your reflection line. So if we find the intersection point, so the point where they cross, it comes in at 13.1. So if we start off by marking on the line y equals x, then what we're going to have to find is this curve does the exact opposite of this one. So if we find halfway again, that's there, that's 32. If anything, what this then shows us is it needs to have stretched out a bit. So if I get rid of that for a second, healthy, it's got to cross this line at 13, so that should be about there. So we've got one graph that is going down and then across, and that is curve A. The other one starts at 32 and is a bit lower and then crosses here and then goes up here. So important things that you need to have marked on is the 32 in both directions, and the fact that this is at 13.1 and that is at 13.1. The line of reflection or symmetry is y equals x, because that's what's true for any inverse. So it's reflected in y.